Do you care if a quarterback, like how short is too short for a quarterback?
There's no such thing as too short. You look at Drew Brees and Russell Wilson. If guys can play, they can play. And we get so caught up in that. I remember the first day I worked for Chuck Noll, he told me one thing. He said, when you go out on the road, don't take a stopwatch, don't take a tape measure, and cover your ears. Don't listen to everybody else. Watch the tape. If guys are good players in college, they'll be pretty good players in the pros. And I remember my first year, after my first year in Tampa, we're looking for a big-time running back, big play guy, and we're going to draft Warrick Dunn. And he came into the combine, our meeting room, and I said, oh, my goodness. He was about 5'7" and 175 pounds. And I looked at him, and then everybody's saying, oh, he's too little. He'll never be able to hold up full time. And I remember talking to Coach Bowden, and I said, do you think Warrick Dunn can play full-time in the NFL? And Coach Bowden, in his country way, he said, well, I don't know too much about the NFL, but I know he's the best player we ever had. I said, you're telling me he's the best player you've ever had? And he said, I'm telling you, he's the best player we've ever had. And so I think sometimes we can put too much into how fast is a guy, how tall is he, how did he score on the Wonderlic test. Guys who play well usually continue to play well. I saw Russell Wilson. He played against my son. My son was at Oregon. I was at the Rose Bowl. Oregon is scoring in 30 seconds every time they've got the ball. And Russell Wilson's on the other sideline just keeping his guys together, fighting. They end up falling short about the 10-yard line with 5 seconds left in the game. But I remember watching that and saying, man, that guy is special. And I didn't realize he was too short and too this and too that. And a lot of people, I think, didn't look at how he played, but they looked at the stats.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. I could imagine if you show up at the combine with earmuffs on and no stopwatch, and people looking at you going, "What's Tony Dungy doing over there?"
Yep. Yeah, that's the Chuck Noll rules. Drew Brees, I met him in an elevator. They were playing in the Outback Bowl in Tampa, and I was in the elevator. And I introduced myself to him. He introduced himself to me. By the time we rode down from the 10th floor to the ground floor, I said, boy, that's the guy you want on your team. And I didn't, it's just, is he too short? He's shorter than I was. But there was no question in my mind he was going to be great.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.